Hey, good morning guys. Good morning, Jeff Beal here. And it is Thursday. I've got my Thursday shirt on. I always wear this shirt on Thursdays. Just a tradition that Roger Miner and I had started a while back. And anyway, it's fun to earn these shirts at the Mac. And it's fun to have a day that you get to show it off. And Thursdays is my normal day to do that. So today's Jenny Hart's on. Good to see you, Jenny. Today we're going to be doing a strength circuit, and the equipment that you're going to need for this circuit, we've got a Frisbee. If you're on a floor, you could even use this on a carpet floor or even a slick floor. But I've got like a 50-cent Frisbee here. I do have some dumbbells. I'm going to be using 20s today. It's not mandatory that you have those. I have a stability ball, which I'll show some optional exercises if you don't have this. The Frisbee makes a great stability ball holder, so we'll use that as well. And I've got, I know not many people have these type of chairs, but if you've got some sturdy chairs and you've got a sturdy bar, this makes for a great inverted row, and I really like it. It's a great way to get your pulling in. But if you got dumbbells and you got tubing, you could do some pulling that way too. But the way for our demonstration for my exercise routine today, I'm going to be using the chairs and the very sturdy stick. And so it's a strength circuit. There's going to be 8 exercises that we're going to be doing. Before we do that, I'm going to go through a warm-up. And what I'm going to be doing today, guys, I'm going to show you the warm-up. I'm going to go through it one time. I'm going to go through the strength circuit, go through that one time. But then for the strength circuit, you can do that 3 to 6 times. So the more fit you are, the more work you want to get. You can do that up to 6 times, and that's going to really help get you some good resistance training for today. So why don't we get started? Let me give some shout outs here. We got Alyssa, Lorena, Jenny, Paul from Jiu-Jitsu. Awesome, Paul. Man, it's been a while since we've been able to roll on the mat at Team Took Jiu-Jitsu. I miss it, but hopefully someday we'll be able to get back. Anyway, good stuff. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to stand up and start with the warm-up and arm circles. So big arm circles, and when you do an arm circle, really try to get the biggest range of motion, especially in the very back position. Make sure there's no fans or lights above you, because you will break stuff, which I've done before. And so I'm going to go about 8 to 10 forward, and then I'm going to go 8 to 10 backwards. But don't just do a circle. Really try to go through the biggest possible range possible. Like crawl back in here, it gets really tough, and lots of things are cracking. You're getting blood flow, getting some range of motion. So 8 forward, 8 back. And then we got, next is going to be leg swings, forward and back. This is where some of you don't have good balance. You may want to use a pole, and then you can do forward and back leg swings. If you've got pretty decent balance, then go ahead and do it without it. And so I'm going to go forward and back is 1 rep. We're going to do 8 to 10 reps. So I'm really trying to curl that leg back as well. A little sore from yesterday's workout. That was a beatdown, man. A tough 10. I've never done that before. You know what it was those dadgum Turkish get-ups. Those are really a great exercise, but we'll come back and do that one again in the future. That was a good one. I literally just made that up the night before. So, all right, now we're gonna do squats. I like to do a prisoner squat because it helps open up the chest. So when you do a prisoner squat, hands interlock behind your head, You want to not pull on your head, but keep your head here. Pull the elbows back. Your feet are going to be straight, pointing out straight, and your stance is just about your hip, or maybe a little bit wider than hip distance. And so I'm going to try to come down as deep as I can, really trying to open up the hips and then pull those elbows back. So I'm going to get this about 8 to 10 times. There goes my left knee, popping a little bit, trying to get some blood flow into those joints, into the muscles, lubricate the joints rather. And then I'm going to go sumo squat. So I'm going to widen my stance, feet out, and this time I'm going to lift my arms up as I come up. So I'm going to try and touch the floor and then reach up. So I'm going to do this about 10 times. And then really trying to get down nice and low. Keep your knees out over your feet. So I'm getting the adductor muscles to stretch out here. And I'm doing, some arm movements to get some blood flow in that area as well. Okay. And then we're going to go into the last one, which is an easy push-up into a stretch. I'm going to do that 8 times. And I'm just going to slide some stuff around here. So, into this position, hands right underneath the shoulders, and elbows tucked in a little bit. And then from here, I'm going to press back and then come all the way back down. So, I recommend coming all the way down each time just to kind of get things loosened up. And it feels super easy. Then you can start to stop right before. So I'll even set my knees down, but now I'm not touching my chest. My knees are touching, but not my chest, but I'm coming really close. And then I'm going to do some where I don't touch anything now. That's just what is good for me. You may need to come down every time, but this is a nice routine that gets the hamstrings, the calves, loosens up, warms up the upper body. So that's what I recommend for the warm-up. And you need to do that 2 or 3 times just to make sure you get everything going and all the muscle groups of the body there. So it pretty much gets all of them. And then, so what I would recommend after you finish the warm-up, then you're going to go to a strength circuit. And I recommend that you do just down in a row, 1 through 8. Then you can take maybe a 30-second or minute break, get a drink of water, and then do it again, and again, 3 to 6 times. Try to at least do 3 of these circuits up to 6. What I'm going to do right now is demonstrate each movement, and then I'll go through the movements non-stop. So I'm going to demonstrate each one at a time, and then I'm going to go through it non-stop to show you what it kind of looks like. All right, so starting with the first one, it's a lateral lunge Frisbee slide. So if I am standing right here in between my mats, I'm going to have one foot on the Frisbee. And the working leg is the one you're still standing on, right? So as I come down, I want to make sure that knee stays tracking over the foot, and this foot stays flat. And I come back up. So this is actually a lot tougher than it looks. All right, so that would be the slide. Now, if you want to make it tougher, you can hold on to a weight. And I'm going to come inside with that weight. If I have 2 weights, it gets tougher. I can even do a goblet style here. And that's a lot of quad work on that leg. And so what I've got written there is 6 to 10 reps per leg. So do all the reps in one leg, then switch legs, and then do the other side. So from the side, let me just show you real quick from the side, guys. So I don't want to bend over like this and injure my back, put a lot of stress in the back. I want to make sure that I'm standing with a nice, or coming down with a nice, solid, neutral spine, especially in this area right here. That is the goal. When you're doing a squat, when you're doing a lunge, it looks exactly the same as a squat when you're coming down. So be mindful of that. We have a front squat. So it's just like we did before, a front squat. If you've got some sort of resistance, which I really like. I love the goblet squat. Here, you can really front load, and this dumbbell is setting right on top of my chest, just like that. I hold it with the palms up, just like that. It's just set right in here like that, okay? So, and then if you don't have a lot of weight, you could always go to 2 dumbbells and put them on top of the shoulders this way. Everybody see that? And then I could do my front squats here, which I think I did these on Tuesday, but if you go from one exercise right after the other, the lateral lunge, Frisbee slide, front squats, dumbbell resisted, those would be tough back to back. So that's demonstration for number 1 and number 2. Push up with the lateral arm slide. Now, with the Frisbee, these get really tough. So if you're not really good at push-ups, I would really recommend that you start on your knees. I was just playing around with them this morning, and these get really tough. So I'm going to show you on my knees first. So basically what's going to happen here, guys, is you're going to load the one arm a lot more than when it's on the Frisbee. And so it's almost like you're doing a one-arm push-up. So be mindful of that. So when I come down, I'm going to go here, and then I come back up. Okay? I actually put my thumb just on the outside, so it kind of helps push it a little bit. And you want to make sure that something's pretty slick here to move. All right, and then just come down slow with it here, and then come back up. If that's not something that you can do, just do a regular push-up, because those are tough. They really are tough. And then whatever you do on one side, make sure you do on the other side. So I got my knees positioned here. I'm gonna come down, and come back in. Yeah. And I'm not even off my knees, and I'm gonna try to go off my knees when I do it for real, but I would definitely start on your knees with that exercise. That one's tough. Then you have the double knee in. I think I can do it with one dumbbell, one of these. Let's see if I can get. So I'm going to do a double knee in push up. So I start here on the floor, and then I pull in. I really like these. This one does really work well. A little bit of core involved here as well. So I'm coming all the way down each time, laying on the floor. And then I come up and pull the knees in. If I don't come all the way down, right there, and then pull in, that's a lot tougher. And so that, just doing a push-up is a lot of core work, but adding that into it makes it a lot more challenging for your core. So that is the push-up with the Frisbee Double Knee In slider. 5 to 10 reps. So now we got a little bit of lower leg exercise. And so I love the stability ball, the knee in, up, down, outs. I showed this on my top 15 exercises for the stability ball. So I lay on my back, just like so, and I've got my calves and my heels on the ball, right? Have my palms, hands out here. I'm gonna lift up first, get nice and straight. I'm gonna pull in so my feet go flat on top of the ball, and I'm gonna push up. And I come back, and then back out. So I go in, up, down, and out. So if you don't have a stability ball, what I would do is just do your bridges. So just do the bridge. So I come up and then back down. Come up and pause and back down. So that's very similar. It's just a lot more effective with the ball. Now, the straight leg raise on the ball looks like this. So now I've got my both legs on the ball. I lift up, and I'm going to lift. I'm going to try to. Now it's harder. It's easier rather if the more calves are on the ball. It's harder if you got just your heels. So I'm going to start with my calves, just so I can show you, because what should not change is the level of your hips. So I got to lift up one leg and then come back down. Lift up one leg and then back down. So this leg that's staying on there is getting lots of work in the hamstring and the glute in the lower back. That one is a really good exercise, and like I said, if you're on your calves, it's easier. If you're on your heels, it's a lot tougher. And if you feel like it's bothering your back, then that is not good. It should be mainly in the hamstrings and the glutes. If you feel like it's bothering your lower back, like in a bad way, like that bad feeling, then don't do it with that at that position with your legs. Move it more onto your calves. Okay. So that is the lower legs. That was number 5, number 6. Now, number 7 and number 8 are going to be using the chair and the row. Like I said, this would not be a good chair. I think it might actually. Might work. No, it's too flimsy. So you got to get in and just try these things. You got to find the right chair, and they both got to be the same height. The bar also, I mean, I can't bend this one. It's steel. It's for a push broom. It's a nice one. Even there's some good wood ones out there that are thick enough to where they're not going to break. So think about that. And I'm going to bring this in just a little bit. And so before I do this pull, before I pull myself up, I'm going to make sure my hands are right against the side here. And I'm going to start slowly. I'm going to actually pull my feet in. I'm going to start slowly and make sure it's holding me up. And then I pull up to here. So there's my inverted row. This is easier with my legs underneath me like this. It gets harder when I bring the legs out here. Okay? And then my goal is I'm trying to get up as high as I can. All right, so I call this the overhand grip, which is the first one. After you do 8 to 16, yeah, I put 16 there because that's, I don't know, I mean, I just got a lot of different fitness levels out there. So I'm going to try and get about 12 to 16 on those. And then I'm going to switch to an underhand grip, which gets a little bit more bicep. So this one is getting more of the shoulder blade, and then the forearms right here. And then when I switch to here, it's going to get a little bit more bicep, but it's still going to get your back. So here's the other one, the underhand grip, just like so. Okay, so I'm coming up, and I'm coming back down. And that one is easier for me because you do get the big muscle, the bicep, to help you out, all right? So those are the 8, and then the idea is to go through them non-stop, not fast. I mean, this is straight, so the movement should be slow and controlled. And I'm going to go through one round with you, and then I'll sign off, and then I'll continue to do probably 5 more circuits through, just so I get my workout in today. All right. So let's get started. If you want to go along with me, that's great. If not, no big deal. Put this over here, and I'm going to start with. Yeah, I'll do it right here. Jeff's gym's all messed up, kind of messed up around here. So I'm going to do the leg slide first. I'm actually going to hold it in a goblet style. I'm going to try and get about 10 of these too. So that foot stays flat. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, those are tough. Those are tough. You didn't take much weight. Because you're basically doing like a single leg squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now I'm going to switch to my front squat. I'm going to go with 2 dumbbells. Remember the options. You can go with 1 dumbbell goblet. You can do 2 on the shoulders. I'm going 40 pounds. So I've got 2 20s here, up here. Show you from the side. 1, 2. I'm going to do another 10 reps. 3, 4, 5. Keep those feet flat. 6, 7. Keep your core nice and stabilized. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. So if I had heavier dumbbells, I would probably use like some 40s on those, just so I get a little bit more resistance. Now we're going to go to push up with the slider. These are tough. Woo! All right, so see if I can do this one off my knees. Be tough, but you know what? It's an opportunity. Spread the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm out here. I still have some weight in the hand, but I've still got a lot more weight in the other hand that's not on the Frisbee. So I'm still using that hand a little bit, so for sure. I can't go Rocky one-arm style. I'd like to be able to do it, but this is a good way to train for that. All right, so other side, 10 reps. Got to match it here. Make sure your area is clear with your feet. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Yeah, that reminds me of doing like a single arm press on a stability ball or a bench with a lot of weight. And then the nice thing about this one is that you're getting a lot of core as well. And that was tough. So, now we got the double knee in with a push-up, another 10 reps is what I'm going to be doing. 5 to 10 on that. Show you from this angle here. You guys are doing this with me, right? Not just watching me, drinking your coffee, having a donut. 1, 2. I can really try to squeeze the abs as I come in. 3, so I don't have to go fast. 4. Remember, you can lay down on the floor each time. 5. Keep those elbows in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Make sure I'm not marking up the floor here. Good. All right, that would not be good. Okay, now we got the stability ball knee in, up, down, outs. I'm gonna do 8 cycles there. Let me just change this a little bit here. Quick little change. Here we go. On the back. Remember where the feet are at. So for this one, I can actually get a little more heels, less calves. The other one, I'm going to switch to a different position. So I lift up first, they come in, feet are flat, go up, down, and then out. 1, up, down, out. A little bit more challenging here is now I go to 1 foot and I press up and then go out. And I'm going to switch. That's a progression that you could do. So now I've got that balance. I've got more work in the one leg. That's a lot of hamstring on that. And a lot of the backside muscles are working here. So this is an option, guys, that I'm showing you. Otherwise, you're just doing this one. I didn't even write that one down just because I don't like to write stuff that may be a little unsafe. All right, so, I got the other one. So straight leg raise, holding the other leg still on the ball. So remember, this one, want to cheat in a little bit maybe, or you can go further out, depending on your level. So I lift the body up, I'm going to go slow reps, 8 times. 1. See how straight you can get your leg or pull your leg back this. 2. 3. That right leg's already hurt. 4. It's already working. 5. I'm going to come in a little bit. 6. That's better. 7. And 8. Oh, that one's tough. That is a tough exercise. So other side. 1. 2. Make sure you're right in the middle with the other leg. 3. So all in here, glute, hamstring working. 4. 5. 6. Keep your hips up. 7. One more. 8. Whoops. Good thing it was just my notepad. All right, so got 8 of those. Now we go on to the pull-ups, right? Got overhand first, underhand second. I'm gonna try and get 12 to 16 on each. Woo. Sun feels good today. So remember, make sure the bar is right in the middle. Make sure the hands are up against the bar in the chair. Start off slow. Find the right foot position. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Whew, that was tough. I'm going to take a little break because I'm tired. And then I'm going to switch to the other side. Scoot this in just a touch. Underhand grip. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, this is going to be tough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to stop there because I was losing my form. Ooh, and it got really tough. So, that was one round. It's just about 10 o'clock, guys, so I'm going to do another 5 rounds on my own. I'm not going to bore you with have you watching me. So, that's it for today. I hope you got something out of that. You got Eric. We've got a couple of the shout outs here. We got Eric on, Christine. We got Karen Ward. And that's all I can see. But anyway, guys, I hope that you had got something out of that and you can continue to do it on your own. Shoot me a message if you guys want to see something different. Like Karen, the Kaz, mentioned like, can you show me some dumbbells and so I've got a couple of things there. But if you've got some other ideas that with equipment that you have, I'd be glad to help you guys out. But make it a great day, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'm thinking about a military fitness challenge. Are you fit enough to be in the military? Anyway, be looking for that for tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Love you all. God bless you.